Good morning. My name is Johanna Siahan, and right now I'm going to present a journal review entitled Students' Participation on Speaking Online Class in a Case Study. Introduction. Speaking, writing, reading, and listening are essential skills to learn by the English major university student. Speaking is an important skill, yet some students still find it difficult to learn speaking skill. According to Riasati 2018, one of the factors that makes students not active to speak during teaching and learning process is that they are shy to speak using English. Other problems on speaking English are mentioned by Noprival 2017. Those are first, inadequate vocabulary knowledge. Second, grammar as a stumbling block. Third, fear of negative response from others. Fourth, low self-esteem to speak in English. And fifth, feeling anxious to speak in English. All these problems can be solved by well-designed teaching methods. The goal of this study is to uncover the factors that affect the students' participation in online speaking classes. And according to UR 1996, there are some problems faced by the learners in speaking activity. Those are inhibition. Since speaking requires some real time to exposure the audience, commonly learners are often inhibited from trying to say things in foreign language, such as feeling worried about mistakes, fearful, criticism, or ashamed or anxious and other. Lack of theme to be spoken. Learners often feeling guilty to be spoken about something because they are lack of motivation to express themselves, and sometimes they get difficulties in thinking of anything to say too. Lack of participation because in the large group, sometimes half of them is the listeners dominantly, and the situation makes for an unlived conversation among them. It means that the skill of speaking is not supported yet sufficiently. The use of mother tongue. Since English is not the first language of Indonesian and it's not even the second language, it's just the foreign language that we are must to learn. In several classes, the learners usually say something in the mother tongue. They may tend to use it for some reason. Firstly, it is easier. Secondly, it feels unnatural to speak in the foreign language to one another. Lastly, they feel less exposed if they are speaking their mother tongue. When they are talking in small group, it can be quite difficult to keep using the target language. Method. This study was aimed to uncover the factors which affect the students' participation in online class, especially in speaking class. Research design. Qualitative method is used in this research to analyze the research question. The data was collected from interviews and questionnaires filled by the second and fourth semester student of Language and Culture faculty of 17 Agustus 1945 Semarang or UNTAK University. And the study was conducted during the event semester of the academic year 2020-2021. The study subjected 28 respondents to fulfill a questionnaire containing 10 questions and 5 other questions in an interview. This research collected the data from event refers to the process of implementation of teaching speaking online, and then respondent refer to the lecturer and student of the semester 2 and 4 of the Language and Culture faculty of UNTAK Semarang. And the document were the speaking materials from lecturer, the question sheet, and the video of discussion section in speaking class. Data analysis. The writer used an interactive model of analysis that includes three main components, namely the reduction of the data, the display of data, and conclusion or verification. In this system, the writers always move among three analysis components during collecting the data. After collecting the data, the writer moves among the three components of analysis by using the rest of the time. Sutopo 2006. The data analysis model is shown in the figure 1 below. Now we are on finding and discussion. Since the pandemic blew up all over the world, learning process in Indonesia is done by the online learning. And of course, there are advantage and disadvantage in the online learning. Some technical issue also came up such as internet connection, which mostly became the hottest issue, and the compatibility of the device, which was sometimes not compatible to the program used in the teaching and learning process. The other issues affected in online learning are students' contribution and students' condition. This figure is represented the answer for the question, how often do you participate in class discussion? There are only 7 out of 28 who choose sometimes, and there are 21 students who said always participate in class discussion. And the right figure is represent the answer of the question, do you know that participation is graded? 92.9% said yes and 7.1 said no. It is fascinating fact that 7.1% respondent did not aware of this crucial information. And the chart below is represent the answer of question. How often did you choose not to participate in class although you know that it was graded? As we can see the chart above to show that there are 66.7 students always to choose not to participate in class, although the class was graded. Another issue affected in online learning is the student condition. And this chart is describe the answer of how often do you feel reluctant to participate in class. Well, 39.3 choose always, 35.7 choose rarely, and 25% sometimes. It means they are willing to participate in class discussion with their own will, and they do it happily as they also enjoy the class activities. And this static is depict the answer of the question, what is the main reason why you don't participate in the discussion? And the most answer is never skip to participate, 39.9%. The pink chart is describe the reason why students want to participate in class discussion. And we can see the main reason for from the student is for their own sake. They want to improve their English speaking skill. There are 85.7% students who choose it. And the green one is the boredom during the class. The students find that sometimes they found it boring because boredom can be caused by many factors such as the teaching method, the teacher's performance, and the student's condition. The round chart is about the students' awareness about the importance of using English in daily life. And 71.4% strongly agree that using English in daily life is important. And the static next to it is about speaking English in the daily life. How often do students speak English in their daily life? 60.7% of the student choose sometimes. And now the internet issues. Well, internet issue is maybe the hottest issues in the online learning, but the researcher write that from the diagram above, they conclude that the internet issue are not the biggest problem in relating to giving participation during online learning, because they see the number of respondents with zero internet issue is the lowest, which is not surprising, but the number of respondents with less issues is big. According to the journal discussion, I summarize to the 6 points of discussion. The first is well-designed interaction activities should be provided to the online learner in addition to make online learning effective as offline. Second, some respondents like speaking class, yet the other respondents still find it difficult. Third, it has become bigger problem because of the pandemic. Fourth, only 6 of 28 who like online learning rather than offline learning. Fifth, students who like offline learning is because they find it more easier to communicate when they can see the physical response of someone who they're talking to. And sixth, the role of lecturer is also important to motivate the student, and they have to decide the best teaching method to apply in their online classes. And for the conclusion, I summarize into 4 points. The first is technical issues, including internet connection and device compatibility, are the hottest issues in online learning. Yet, their psychological mental health is important too. Second, students find it easier to talk straight to the person offline when they can read physical gesture of the person they are talking to. Fourth, psychological factor, anxiety and feeling afraid of making mistakes are commonly found in this case. Students are still confused and not confident to speak in English. Fourth, teachers' roles is important to motivate their students and also make the class alive by choosing the best teaching method. I am citing this journal written by Miss Inti English Tina, Miss Novita Al Ihya Dieni, and Miss Tevi Mega Mahardika. And this journal is published by Eternal or English Teaching Journal, Volume 12, number 2, August 2021. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. Have a good day.